Being broke can actually make you forget who you are. And I'm not just talking about buying things that you can't afford. I'm talking about the way you date, the people you entertain, the things you tolerate, and the relationships that you stay in. Let me tell you about a time in my life when I was struggling financially. My funds were low. And when I say low, I mean less than $100 in my bank account low. At the time, I was in between jobs and my bank account was looking real sad. And right in the middle of that, I met this guy. He didn't have much money either, but he did own a few things. He owned his own home, he had several cars, and he called himself an entrepreneur. Now, I had a few reservations, and I must admit I did see some things. But because I didn't have any money either, I talked myself down. I said, okay, girl, you need to humble yourself. You ain't got it right now, so you can't expect somebody else to have it either. Just go with it. All right. So, meanwhile, on the outside, I still had myself together. I still wore my same style of clothes. I still ate the same type of food. I still kept my nails done. And for real, for the most part, I look put together. But on the inside, my bank account had me questioning myself about what I deserved. So, the first time we went out, he paid, of course. He was a gentleman. Everything seemed fine. But afterwards, I started noticing stuff like this ain't my norm. I do like to go out. I like to eat good food. I like to listen to live music. I got a little culture in my life, so I like different cuisines and I like to pamper myself. Self care is important every now and then. And this man right here, he's telling me, girl, we got food at home. Yeah, we do have food at home. But sometimes I want the ambiance too. Here's when it got real. Anytime I say, hey, let's go to the movies or let's grab about to eat, it didn't have to be some extravagant meal. It didn't have to be expensive either. I was willing to share my plate. But anytime I wanted to go out and enjoy myself, he'd look at me like I was asking for the world. He was constantly calling me bougie. When I come back from getting my manicure and my pedicure, he say stuff like, that's why you don't have no money. He said, I thought, I thought you didn't have no money. Okay, I had a little bit. He said I was too good. I was a Miss Goody Two Shoes. He called me highfalutin, a socialite. And I took them things personally because it made it seem like it was a character flaw just because I like nice things. And instead of thinking, okay, this is not the guy for me, I accepted it. I tolerated it. Now, I didn't ask him to pay for anything. Although I was broke or financially challenged, I afforded myself and my excursions. But in my head, though, my bank account decided what I should have. In essence, my bank account started to define my self worth. That's it, and that's all. It wasn't that I couldn't afford steak and lobster on my own eventually, or that I couldn't get my own nails done. It's that somewhere in being broke, I started believing I didn't have the right to want more. Okay? I started thinking I had to accept what was sitting in front of me. So when someone made me feel small for wanting nice things, I didn't argue. Instead, I shrank. So fast forward. I'm talking to my homegirl one day, and we going down memory lane about some of the guys we used to date. And it was funny because we looked at each other like, girl, what the heck was we thinking about? What was we on? I said, girl, we were dating according to our self-worth at the time. We did not believe we were worth much more. And it surely showed up in the men that we chose. Now that hit different once I said it out loud. I wasn't lowering my standards because I was broke. I was lowering my standards because being broke convinced me I didn't bring enough to the table. And I didn't have no standards. Money was not the cause of that. My belief that money made me was the excuse I used to let that happen. Now, these days, broke or not, my standards do not move. If I want steak and lobster, I still want steak and lobster. And I don't need somebody's permission to tell me I can or can't have it, or that I shouldn't go out and get it. And if that makes me bougie, so be it. One thing I shall not be doing is allowing my bank account to make me forget who I am. Not because that number doesn't matter, it just doesn't determine my worth. So, tell me in the comments, have you ever looked back at who you dated during a hard season in your life and asked yourself, what the hell was I thinking? I want to hear it. And if this hit home, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I share honest conversations like this one every week. And until next time, peace and blessings, and I'll see you on the other side.